Hi there, and welcome to Fantasy for the Ages, the show where a father and son talk about fantasy, science fiction, and other nerdy things that we enjoy. Today, a book blast episode, a spoiler-lite review that I, Jim Father, am bringing to you today on a book I've read recently, 1037 by Jacqueline Druga. If you enjoy this episode, show us by hitting that like button there. We'll hope you subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Look down in the show notes for other ways you can interact with Zach and I. And if you got anything to say about this episode, that's what the comment box is for. We always reply. So let me know what you're thinking. So 1037, interesting little novel about a specific snapshot of an apocalypse. Jacqueline Druga has carved out a niche in apocalyptic fiction. Some say, too big a niche, that she's pumping out way too many books too fast. That's up to you to decide. In this particular book, she's going ahead and doing once again a demonstration of how people stuck in the midst of an apocalypse, when the world goes to crap, are gonna find a way to survive or not. That's her thing. In her many books like this, sometimes there's hope for the future, and other times things seem pretty dark. But that's what she does. That's what she seems to enjoy writing, and that's what people seem to keep looking for in reading. And I've got a number of her things on my TBR, so you kind of know where I fall. Where 1037 comes in this spectrum of apocalyptic literature is that on a given day, at the time, 1037, in one particular time zone, all around the world, 90% of the planet's population suddenly asphyxiates. They're gone. Imagine the chaos. Okay, so at the same time, all around the world, 9 out of 10 people are gone. I mean, at any given time around the planet, there are thousands, millions of people driving a car. There's hundreds, maybe thousands of people flying a plane. There are gobs and gobs of people cooking with open flame or doing a plethora of other things that, if suddenly left unattended, will result in damage, death, destruction. With all these people, 90% of these people just dropping dead, you can picture the tragedy that takes place. In 1037, Druga doesn't bother trying to explain what happened, why 9 out of every 10 drop dead. Nor does she really strive to take us somewhere into the future. She's really giving us just this little snapshot. This is about the moment. These people all die. Stuff happens. Okay, let's focus on a few key characters as they try to survive. They try to make the best of being in a terrible circumstance where, honestly, the people who are dead have it easy. You know, if they're going to continue, if they're going to go on, they have to figure out what's next. I mean, are they alone, each of these people? Because when they die, it's not like they have a lot of people with them. That's like winning a lottery. No, everybody around you drop dead. You're all by yourself. Are you the only one? Or can they get help somewhere? Is there still a government? Is there still a FEMA? You know, are there places they can turn to for help? How will they achieve safety moving forward? These are things immediately gripping the survivors that she focuses on. It's a dark circumstance that reminds the reader pretty instantly that you're kind of glad things like this remain fiction rather than the reality we have to live through. While I enjoyed reading this book, I've got 2 points to make that aren't entirely to the positive. One, this book struggles with some editing errors, particularly in the second half of the book. Some greater quality control was definitely needed. I read it on Kindle, and there is an ability to update and improve the Kindle version, so perhaps many of the mistakes that I found a few months back when I read this have been corrected, and that would be fantastic. But if you read it on Kindle and find a whole bunch of mistakes in the second half, I told you so. It's okay, you know, when you come upon the occasional mistake. And honestly, in here, all the mistakes are things you can figure out what she meant. It doesn't confuse you about what the story's supposed to be doing. But they're pretty obvious errors, and that's a little annoying. Come on, you expect people to pay for this? Improve the product. The second thing is 1037 doesn't really feel like a complete story. It's more like part of a story. Like the author decided to just give us one element. Now, in so doing, she's able to focus much more greatly on this element than is common in an apocalyptic story. So that's kind of cool, but still, it feels sort of incomplete. That's it. Now, if you just enjoy it for what it is, it's a good read. It's fast, it's energetic, and I liked journeying with the various characters and seeing what they figure out. And maybe you will too. So take a look. Low risk, not very long. You might enjoy it. 1037 by Jacqueline Druga. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.